We have sample problem number one. A pressure gauge connected to a rigid tank measure a vacuum of 40 kPa inside the tank. So we have the value ng gauge pressure na 40 kPa, right? So kapag ang ating value if stated na ang pressure ay vacuum, no, it is carried as negative, no? Vacuum is always negative pressure, no? Also, we have here which is situated at a site in mountain range where the elevation is 6,000 meters. Determine the absolute pressure in the tank, no? So, kapag ang elevation natin is zero, no, anong ginagamit natin na atmospheric pressure? No? 101.325 kilopascal. No? Kapag may elevation tayo, I will give you the table of values for the values ng pressure kapag may elevation. No? But for the sake of our discussion, let's have the uh, P atmospheric, wait lang, sulat ko. P atmospheric at 6,000 meters ay equal to 47.2 kPa, right? So our formula for absolute pressure as being required by the problem, we have P absolute is equal to P atmospheric plus P gauge. Since we already have the value for the gauge, which is negative 40, and atmospheric pressure na 47.2 kPa, we can perform or we can directly substitute that to our equation. So we can have P absolute is equal to, ang PATM natin is 47.2 kPa minus, since we have the vacuum pressure, which is always negative, na 40 kPa. Ang P absolute natin is 7.2 kPa. Okay? Any question po? May question po ba? Okay, wala. So we can have the problem number two. For the sample problem number two, we have a problem of a 2 mm diameter glass or clean glass tube is inserted in water 20 may nag-join. Okay. At 20 degrees Celsius, determine the height of that the water will rise to capillary action in the tube. No, the constant angle for the water can be taken as zero. So I will draw the diagram. No, so you can be properly guided. So this is the tube, and this is the force acting on the tube. Then also this is the glass or the water. No, since this is filled of water, no, lagyan natin ng water. And we also have the weight, no, ng water here sa tubes. And we have here the H, value ng H. Okay? So, based on our discussion last meeting, ano yung formula natin for the surface tension force? For the surface tension force, ano yung formula? We can have, sulat natin here. So this is diameter D. Lagay ko muna. Okay. For the surface tension force, ano po yung formula natin? Surface tension force, F is equal to what? Surface tension, wait, times the length, right? Which is ang length natin is what? Pi times d, no? Tama po ba? Okay? So we can equate na, no, since we already have the surface tension force, also the weight ng water, no? Based here is a diagram, ang weight ng water will be, anong weight po ng water? mg, right? Mass times the acceleration due to gravity na 9.81, right? So we can dissect also that with the formula ng mass kasi ang given sa atin is the diameter since we have the formula ng mass based on our discussion yesterday na ang density is equal to mass over volume. We can have mass is equal to density times volume. Also, no, kapag meron tayong density at saka acceleration due to gravity, we can have the specific weight. So we can have weight ng water is equal to specific weight times volume, no? Ang volume natin will have based on the figure we can have what? Pi, since this is a tube or cylinder, ha? Pi over 4 times d squared times h, no? Right? So we already have the weight ng water. We can equate that to the surface tension force, no? Ang surface tension force natin can be is equal to sigma times length. Okay? Equating, wait lang, surface tension force sa weight ng water. We can have sigma pi t is equal to specific weight times pi over 4 times d squared times h. We can cancel the pi and the d, or the diameter. So we can have, ang value natin ng h will be 4 sigma over specific weight times the diameter, right? Okay, paano natin kukunin yung sigma? Using the table of values, we can have the sigma, uh, sigma in the, anong given natin na temperature? 20 degrees Celsius. Where ang ating sigma at 20 degrees Celsius is 0.073 Newton meter. Don't worry, I will give you the table of values later. We will upload sabay nitong uh, lecture. No? So we can substitute since we already have the sigma, the specific weight, and the density, right? So we can have H is equal to 4 times 0.073 Newton meter over ang specific weight. Ano po ang specific weight ng water? 9,800 Newton meter cube times ang ating ano ang ating diameter na given? 2 mm, right? Meters. We can cancel. So our H will be what? Ang H po natin is, ano pong nakuha na H? Please solve po. We can have 0.01489 meters. Or, ang H will be 14 point, H will be 14.89 mm. Nakuha po ba? Please check po kung nakuha. Okay? If may question po ba? Thank you. May question po? Kung wala na, we can proceed to the next problem. The problem involving, yes po.
Sir, ask ko lang po sa mga sagot po. Ano pong rounding value po natin?
For decimal places.
Thank you po.
Okay. Okay. Next problem, we have a sample problem number 3 involving the Mach number. So an aircraft flies at the speed of 800 kilometer per hour at an altitude of 10,000 meters, no, above sea level. Determine the Mach number assuming the value of k is equal to 1.4. So based on our previous discussion, ano yung value ng or ano yung formula ng Mach number? And from the class, so ang formula natin for the Mach number is m is equal to v over c, or velocity over the speed of sound or the speed of aircraft in this equation or in this problem. So, ano yung value ng c? Ano po yung formula from yesterday na na-discuss natin? Ang formula ng c is equal to square root ng KRT, right? Okay? So please apply po, no? Since we have an elevation, we can use the temperature, no? I will give you also the table for this so you can have a reference, no? Kapag ang altitude is 10,000, we can get a temperature na T at 10,000 meter altitude is equal to 223.3 Kelvin, right? Okay? Paki-solve po, paki-try po na i-solve yung problem number 3 using the formula ng Mach number and the velocity of sound, okay? Or the speed of sound. Okay, nakuha po ba yung sagot? Ano po yung nakuha niyo na sagot? Ellie? May nakakuha po ba na sagot? Okay, let's try po na i-solve, no? We have the speed of sound na KRT, square root of KRT, no? C is equal to square root ng K, 1.4 times 287, which is the universal gas constant, times 223.3. Ano po ang value ng C? Pa-compute po. 84. Ang total mo is 84.8580. That is the Mach number na, no? Try natin muna i-solve yung lahat. Times 287 times 223.3. We have 299.5362, right? Meter per second. Since that is the speed of sound. For the speed ng aircraft, ano yung ginamit ninyo na ano? 800, no? 800.
800 po.
Okay, if you will use the 800, we need to convert that to meter per second. Pwede naman gamitin kaso naka-ano tayo eh. Naka, you can use the 287, not the 2.87 since hindi naman tayo naka-kilonewton. Okay? Okay. Then the value ng M, ang value ng V is 800 kilometer per hour. If you will use the 800 kilometer per hour, you need to convert that to uh, meter per second by dividing it by 3.6. Then you can get the 800 divided by 3.6. You can get 222.22 pag kinonvert siya. Ang V ninyo is 800 kilometer per hour. Divide nyo ng 3.6 or in sa long method, you can have per hour, you can have 3,600 second times 1 kilometer. 1, tama? Can have 222.2222 meter per second. Computing the Mach number, you can get V over C, which is 222.2222 meter per second over, ano nakuha natin? 299.5362. The answer will be
0.7419 po.
okay. 0.7418. Di ba 889? Right? So, based on our discussion yesterday, anong classification niya? Siya ba is subsonic, supersonic, transonic, hypersonic? Ano siya? Since ang M natin is less than 1, we can classify it with subsonic, no, yung speed niya, no? So we can have since M is less than 1, it is subsonic, right? Any question po? May question po ba? Yes po.
Sir, continuous po ang solution niyo po. Tapos sa
Mm.
final answer lang po magpo-put. Thank you.
Yes. Pwede naman kahit mag-cut kayo kasi basta ano, 4 decimal places. Regardless kung siya is in the mid, in yung sa mga na-arrive nyo na values or in the final answer. No, hindi naman ako very strict sa decimal places kung ang sagot nyo is 0.75, 0.73, 0.999, 0.70, ganon. As long as you have the process, tama ang process at malapit yung sagot, uh, I think that should be fine. No? I can admit naman yung ano, yung sagot ninyo. Okay, thank you. Okay, if there is no question, we can move to the sample problem number 4, which is involved the Reynolds number. For the Reynolds number, no, we have a Newtonian fluid having a viscosity of 0.38 Newton second per meter squared and the specific gravity of 9 or 0.91 flows through a 25 mm diameter pipe with a velocity of 1.6 meter per second. Determine the value of Reynolds number in SI unit. Okay. Based on our discussion, ano yung formula ng Reynolds number? We have the formula ng Reynolds number ay Re is equal to density times the diameter times velocity over the viscosity. Since we already have the given viscosity of 0.38 Newton second per meter squared and the specific gravity na 0.91 which can be converted to this density ng fluid if you will going to multiply that to specific gravity times the density ng fluid, no? Also, we have the diameter of 25 mm and the velocity of 1.6 meter per second. So, please try po to solve this Reynolds number. No? Then, if you already have the Reynolds number and SI, you can solve also using the other system of units. For example, you want to convert that to the English unit because your system is in English unit and your equipment requires a English unit. No, please check po. If you can solve the SI, then you can solve also to using the English unit. Okay. Okay, let's solve first the fluid density. No, the fluid density will be equal to the specific gravity Sg times the density ng water. Ang density ng fluid, wait lang, is 0.91 times ang density ng water is 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. We can have the density ng fluid 910 kilogram per cubic meter, right? So let's substitute so we can have the Reynolds number. No? So we have Reynolds number is equal to density times the diameter times the velocity times the viscosity. We can have 910 kilogram per cubic meter times ang ating diameter is 25 mm. No? Converting that to the meters, we can have 25 times 10 to the negative 3 times ang inyong velocity is what? 1.6 meter per second. Over ang inyong viscosity na given is 0.38 Newton second over m squared. Ano pong sagot? 95.80 or 78.95, right? Okay. Ano po siya? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anong classification siya pag ganyan ang Reynolds number natin? Anong classification ng flow? Laminar ba siya or turbulent? Siya is laminar since uh, siya ay less than 2,100. Napakalayo, no? Okay. Tinry nyo ba? Please try po na isolve using the English units. No? If you can have po. English unit po ang gamitin ninyo. For the density, then the velocity, convert that to the English unit. Pa-try po kung ano yung makukuha na Reynolds number. Okay? If you use the other system of units, no, ang Reynolds number po is hindi magbabago. No? Kahit ang gamitin nyo is SI and English unit, makakancel lang po yung mga conversion factor and you can arrive sa same Reynolds number. Hindi po magbabago yan. No? Okay. If may question pa po ba before we proceed for the main topic number 2? May question pa po ba? If wala na, we can proceed to the next main topic. No? I-unshare ko lang yung screen ko. Okay, let's continue our discussion. Main topic 2, the dimensional analysis as applied to fluid machineries. No? But first, we need to understand kung saan ba nagmula yung mga fluid or the dimensional analysis, no, before we apply that to the fluid machinery. First, no, the we have the scope of fluid mechanics. No, fluid mechanics has a ilan to? We have dimensional analysis, properties of fluid, fluid statics, fluid kinematics, internal flow, external flow, and flow in turbo machine or in fluid machineries. No, so we already studied the dimensional analysis, which deals with the unit of measurement in SI, both fundamental and derived units, and non-dimensional quantities, which is yung 6, no? Yung Reynolds, Mach number, Stronhal, Weber, no? The Euler number, and ano pa yung isa? Sige, balikan natin yun. Then, next is the properties of fluid, which deals with the measurement of mass, specific weight, specific gravity, compressibility of fluids, surface tension, and capillary actions. No? Yan yung sinolve natin kanina. No? And then we have also the fluid statics, deals with the fluid pressure, fluid at rest, manometry, hydrostatic forces, buoyancy, flotation, and stability. Under fluid kinematics naman ay what? Yun yung one, two, or three-dimensional flows, steady and unsteady flows, Reynolds number, streamlines, strict lines, and path lines. No, we will discuss that later. No, then we have also the internal flows, which deals with the flow in pipes, pumps, laminar or turbulent flows, in pipes single and multi, pipe system, moody chart, minor losses, velocity profiles for laminar and turbulent flows. Also, we have external flow. External flow naman ay flow over immersed body, lift and drag concepts, boundary layers, laminar and turbulent, friction drag, pressure drag, and drag coefficients. No? And lastly, we have flow in turbo machine or in fluid machinery, which is deals with the energy considerations, angular momentum consideration, centrifugal pump and their characteristics, similarity laws or affinity laws, turbines, axial and rapid flow, impulse and reaction. No? Any question po before we proceed to the next slide? Wala po, because this is just only a review, no, of your fluid mechanics. No? Okay. Next, we have the laminar and turbulent flow. No, in laminar and turbulent flow, if you have a laminar flow, ito yung one where the streamline moves in parallel lines. No, ang turbulent flow naman when streamline cross each other and the flow is diffuse. Ano yung example natin ng mga laminar flow? No, kapag high viscosity yung fluid such as honey, no, ang honey medyo malapot. So, yung kanyang flow is parallel, no, or laminar. Kapag ano naman, turbulent, kapag nagbukas kayo ng gripo, no, splashing of water, no, ang kanyang force or ang kanyang velocity is very irregular, no, irregular gustiness, no. Kapag sa wind naman, no? So we have two. We have laminar and turbulent. Kapag sinolve natin ang Reynolds number, which is the formula of density times diameter of pipe times the velocity over viscosity of fluid, kapag mataas yung viscosity, mas mababa yung Reynolds number. Kapag siya is mababa yung viscosity, kung siya ay hindi, kung siya ay malabnaw or hindi talagang diffuse siya, mataas yung Reynolds, mataas yung Reynolds number natin. So, if the flow is laminar, we can consider na ang Reynolds number is uh, below 2,100 or Reynolds number is less than 2,100. Kapag turbulence naman, pag turbulent ang flow, ano ang Reynolds number? More than 4,000, no? Ang makukuha mo. Okay? So, dyan din depend yung hydraulic losses, no? Whether the flow is laminar or turbulent, no? Okay? Question po. May question po ba kayo? Kung wala, we can move to the next slide, the momentum equation for one-dimensional flow. So here, the momentum of a particle of fluid is defined as the product of mass times the velocity, no? Since according to the Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. So if there is a change in velocity of the fluid here in momentum, no, kapag may change siya ng fluid, we can have that corresponds to the change in momentum ng fluid or ng fluid, right? So considering this diagram or illustration, no, we have here the controlled volume, no. In order to determine the rate of change in momentum, we need to consider a controlled volume in the fluid, no, which is shown in the figure, right? No? And let's assume that the flow of to be steady and assume that there is no storage within the uh, control volume, and the continuity equation for the mass flow rate will be mass flow rate is equal to density times area times the velocity, no, at the point 2. Also it is equal to the density at the point 1 times the area times the velocity at the point 2, right? So we can get the change in momentum, no, if we will going to dissect that, or we can arrive, no, the formula of force according to the Newton's law. We can have force is equal to uh, mass flow rate times V2 minus V1, right? Since we have, if you can check the rate of momentum across the boundary of AB, no, in this wala yung aking pointer, in this point, the point AB, no, makikita ninyo na ang kanyang density, no, is what? Mass flow rate times the velocity will be the density times the area times the velocity times b1 pa, no, kapag may momentum across the boundary, no. Same or likewise in the point 2 or the cross-sectional area of the sea. So if we have the rate of change of momentum, we can have the difference on the uh, change of or rate of momentum. We can have density times velocity squared times the area at the point 2 minus the density times the area times the square of the velocity at the point 1 or the point AB. Now we can have or we can derive the formula for force nga na mass flow rate times V2 minus V1. Okay? But always for the one dimensional flow, let's assume always that it needs to be what straight line was, and let's remember that this force acting on the fluid according to Newton's third law of motion. Na ano ang Newton's third law of motion, no? The force exerted by the fluid will be opposite to this force, no? Any question po for the momentum equation for one-dimensional flow? May question po ba? Any question po from the class? Hoping that nakukuha nyo ha. May question po ba kayo? Wala po, we can proceed to the momentum equation for two-dimensional flow. No? So in this section, no, the flow is considered one-dimensional and the velocity in the straight line. The incoming V1, nasan na yung pointer? Nawawala na naman. Here in V1, no? And we have also the outgoing velocity, no? And it should be in the same direction since we have two-dimensional flows, no? Okay. Here in the point 1, we can have, since two-dimensional flow siya, we can have here at the cross-section area ng AB, we can have the uh, axis or angle theta. And the in here in the point 2 we can have the P, no, with respect to the x-axis, no. So if we will going to resolve that, no, if we will going to resolve that velocity, no, in x and y direction, we need to have the velocity components of v1, which is v1x for the x components and v1y for the y components, no. Similarly, if we have in v2, we can have v2x for the x component and v2y for the y components, no. Equating that, we can have fx, no, the force in the for the horizontal components, the rate of change of momentum in x direction. We can have mass flow rate times the change in velocity in x direction. That is similar formula with the one-dimensional flow. But since we have here the angle in the point 1 and the point 2, we can have fx is equal to what? Based on the figure, no? You can derive the formula, no? Fx is equal to mass flow rate or that m times the V2, no? Cosine or yes, cosine P minus the V1 cosine theta, right? That is for the horizontal components. For the vertical components, we have Fy is equal to mass flow rate times V2 sine P minus V1 sine theta, right? So, same lang ito dun sa inyong statics, no? Or if you have also in your machine elements, you can have the velocity profile, no? We can have ano ang resultant ng forces, no? Based sa Varignon theory sa statics ninyo. Resultant of forces is equal to the sum of the square ng horizontal components plus the vertical components, no? The square of the vertical components. Or we can have F is equal F squared, or resultant forces is equal to the square root of Fx squared plus Fy squared, right? Note that the forces Fx and Fy are the components of force F acting on the fluid, and the component of reaction force on a plate or vane are equal and opposite to Fx and Fy. Right? Any question po? May question po ba for the two-dimensional flow? Again, please recall your fluid mechanics, no? As we will going to use that to our fluid machinery, no? Next is the jet striking on or striking a plate. We have three cases, no? Case one, we have jet on a fluid striking a plate with which is perpendicular, no? Next is the plate is inclined to jet of fluid, no? Next is the plate is moving in the direction of jet, no? We need to control the volume, no, enclosing the jet and the plane, no, so we can establish, no, yung ating study, no, this controlled volume being fixed relative to the plate, no, and therefore moving with it, no. So the components of the velocity perpendicular to the plate are considered in the case number one, no. For the case number one, if the plate is both stationary and perpendicular to the initial jet direction, we can have the force is equal to what? Is equal to the density times the area times v squared, no? Since we don't have the angle, right? Lagi tatandaan ng force is equal to the density times the area times v squared, no? This is the same formula nung kanina, no? Kapag naman ang plate is stationary, no? And we don't have force, same as in this case number 2, we can have the formula ng force ay equal sa density times area times velocity squared times cosine theta, because we have an inclination or angle theta, right? For the plates is moving in the direction of jet, since we have here the velocity as well as the u value, since ang plate natin ay moving din, we can have the we need to consider the jet striking in a stationary plate. We can have a normal jet velocity. V normal is equal to v minus u times cosine theta, no? Given we have u, no, may u acting on a plate, we can have a change of momentum, or rate of change of momentum normal to the plate will be given by what? Density times area times the quantity of V minus U, no? Times V minus U cosine theta, no? Since we have an angle. Okay? So in the second law of Newton's second law of motion, we can have force is equal to what? Density times area times V minus U times B minus U cosine theta. Right? Okay. Any question po? for the jet striking plane? Wala. Wait lang ha. Next is the force exerted when jet is deflected by a moving vein. No? Yan na. No? This equation is being used in the Euler triangle. Similarly, what we'll be using on the impeller and the blades for the pumps and turbines. No? So in point one, we have fluid. Wait lang. In point one, no, diyan nag-e-enter yung tubig while papunta siya dun sa vein, no? Or dun sa moving vein here, no? Ito yung vein. And it will going to live, no, in VR2 here, no, in the point 2. So in the figure, you can see that the jet of water impinge on the moving vein V1 here, no, at the inlet and is deflected by the moving vein so as to reduce the velocity to V21, right? The moving vein have a velocity u in x direction, no? Kasi moving siya. So we have u, no? At the inlet, the absolute velocity v1 makes an angle alpha 1, no? Here, and the alpha 2 here, no? Kapag siya is living. Also, we have the PR1 making an angle of beta 1 here, no? Okay. Laging tayo ay horizontal components, no? Since ang ating reference is yung U, no? Paano naman sir kapag lumabas yung fluid? So fluid lives at the vein at relative velocity of VR2 making an angle of beta 2, no? In respect ulit sa vertical horizontal component, no? The velocity is tangential to the curvature of vein at exit, no? The direction of the jet leaves the vein at absolute velocity of v2 at an angle na alpha 2, no, with the horizontal, no? Horizontal ulit tayo ha, horizontal component. So getting the mass flow rate or the force, no, in the direction of the motion, we can have Fx is equal to mass flow rate times the change in velocity in direction of the motion of the vein. We can have Fx is equal to m, or the mass flow rate times v1x minus v2x, right? Ito ay may x, no? Paano naman sir kapag vertical components? No, we can have also y, Fy. Fy is mass flow rate times the change of velocity in direction perpendicular to the direction of motion. We can use these vertical components na Fy is equal to mass flow rate times the quantity of V1y minus V2y, right? So we already have the Fx and Fy, no? Kapag Fx, laging vertical component. Kapag or horizontal component. Kapag Vy, laging vertical component. No? May question po ba for the deflected moving vein? May question po ba? If wala na, we can proceed to the Euler and Bernoulli's equation. No? So we can apply this to our future uh, problem solving. No, we have here the Euler and Bernoulli's equation. No, so it is possible to derive a relationship between velocity. No, here velocity, pressure, elevation, the z, and the density. No, along the streamline. No, at the section of the stream tube surrounding the streamline having a cross-sectional area AB here and DC separated by the distance change in S. Here, okay. So at the section ng AB, we can have the area A and P for the velocity, P for the pressure and B for the uh, pressure, no, and we also have Z, no, for the elevation. For the C or CD, section CD, the area is area plus the change in area. Velocity mo is velocity plus the change in velocity, and the temperature. For the pressure, we have pressure plus the change in pressure. Similarly with the elevation, right? So ano yung surrounding liquid, no? Ang surrounding liquid will exert pressure P from the side of the element. The pressure will be normal to the tube in the absence of shear stress. No? Also, we have here the weight ng element, no? Which is mg, no? Which is kapag weight laging down or act downward vertically at ang angle niya is theta since inclined siya, right? Laging ang inyong reference is yung center line nung piping or nung streamline, right? Okay. So, ano yung magiging formula natin for the mass flow rate? Similarly, kung kanina yung ginamit natin na mass flow rate, we can have also the mass flow rate here na density times area times the velocity, no? PAV, no? Since yung AV is ginagamit natin for the volume flow rate, no? Ang volume flow rate, pag tinimes natin sa density, it will result to mass flow rate. Even the momentum, we have the momentum, excuse me. Ang momentum natin is mass times the velocity, no? So, in getting the initial momentum or the rate of initial momentum, we can have the density times the area times v squared. That is for the initial momentum. For the final, no, we have the change in the velocity. Ang change ng rate of final momentum natin, we can have the density times the area times what? Dito. Ano ang gagamitin natin na V? V plus change in B, right? Since nandun na tayo sa point or dun sa DC, no? Basta need lang natin i-consider yung all forces, no, acting para makapag-produce an increase in momentum in the direction of motion. Laging tayo ay along the direction of motion. So we can have here, no, if you can check or you can see the direction of motion, we have a vertical component, no, which is yung weight of the element, which is equal to mg. Ang mg natin can be equate to the density times g, which is the acceleration due to gravity times the area, since nasa gitna na tayo, times the area plus the change in the area divide 2 times change in the uh, distance, no? Here. May change na tayo ng distance dito, no? Dito kasi wala pa tayong distance. Since we already change or we are moving to the center, we need to multiply that with the change in distance. Okay? So, paano natin kunin yung theta? No? Ang basis pa rin natin is yung figure, no? Ang beta natin using the horizontal component, no? We can have cosine theta, no? We can form a triangle here. Ang hypotenuse niya is yung change in S, no? Ang ating length is yung change in elevation, no? We have a change in elevation here, no? So you can have cosine theta is equal to change in elevation over change in distance, no? Okay? Any question po? Any question po with the Euler and Bernoulli equation? Ah, no? The relationship between or the relation between the pressure, velocity, density, and elevation along the streamline. And this, yeah, makikita natin here yung sa Bernoulli equation, no? Siya ay ginamitan ng differential form so we can arrive here, no? We can have P over specific weight plus V squared over 2G plus Z is equals to constant, no? Okay. Ano ba yung mga application natin ng Bernoulli equation? No? Napakadami ng application nitong si Bernoulli equation. We have the airfoils, automobiles, free jet, pumps, turbines, and Venturi meter. But for the sake of our discussion, we will go into consider the free jet, pumps, and the turbines. No, Venturi meter is for the fluid mechanics. No, measuring ng flow rate. No, okay. So in this presentation, you can see the schematic diagram of open circuit wind tunnel. That is the Bernoulli equation. No? You can see that form in a Venturi meter. But for the other application, you can have the pressure distribution test is carried out by wind tunnel for an airfoil. No? In here, kapag mataas ang velocity, mababa ang kanyang pressure. Kapag mataas ang pressure, mababa ang kanyang velocity. Same as with the automobile, no? The distribution of force or pressure over the model of an automobile in wind tunnel, no? Okay? If you have the software for the CFD or for the computational fluid dynamics, you can simulate that also. Next is the free jet, no? If we will going to apply the Bernoulli equation to the free jet shown in this figure, we can have the uh, formula for the free jets, no? V is equal to GH because we can cancel, since we don't have a pressure here, we can cancel this one Since frigid siya, pwede natin to i-cancel. Here, cancel din, and this one, right? So we can arrive at the equation of b squared over 2g is equal to z1 minus z2 is equal to h, right? So we can have the value ng v is equal to 2gh, no? Diyan nag-arrive yung ating free jets, no? Na equation from the Bernoulli equation. Okay? Next is the pump, no? If we also applied the Bernoulli's equation in the modified form to include pump installation na shown doon, ano, we can have the Bernoulli equation na P1 over the specific weight plus B1 squared over 2G plus Z1 is equal to P2, no? No, P2 over specific weight plus nandito na tayo, no? Plus V2 squared over 2G plus Z2, right? No? But for the pump, since the pump is a power absorbing machine, so we can have the head developed to be negative, right? So if you will going to solve the head develop, you need to have the P1 minus P2 over specific weight plus V1 squared minus V2 squared over 2G plus Z1 minus Z2, no? So you can get the uh, or vice versa, no? You can have HP is equal to what? P2 minus P1 over specific weight plus V2 squared minus V1 over 2G plus V2 minus Z1 Z2 minus Z1, no? Yun yung from the pump, it is the total dynamic heat, right? Similarly with the turbines, no, if we will going to apply the Bernoulli's equation, since the turbine is power producing machine and therefore the head develop is positive, since pababa siya, we can have HR is equal to uh, P1 minus P2 over specific weight plus V1 V2 V1 squared minus V2 squared over 2G plus C1 minus C2 since mas mababa yung point 2 sa point 1. Right? Any question po before we proceed to the next application? No? This is the last application ng Bernoulli equation. We have the flow measurement. No? Bernoulli's equation can be applied to measure flow rate in a pipe by Venturi meter. The Venturi meter has a three important portion, a converging part, constant area or the throat, and the diverging part. No? Okay. For the Venturi meter, no, we have here the throat converging. This one, the it is consist of a short diverging conical tube leading to cylindrical portion called the throat, no, in this point two, no, this one, followed by diverging section in which the diameter increase again. It is, no, again to that the main pipeline, no, it is attached to the pipeline, yung Venturi meter. No? So going back here in the converging part, on the converging part noong Venturi meter, no, ang pressure ay lagi nagdi-decrease and yung velocity ay nag-increase papunta sa throat while doon sa diverging section or part, ang pressure is nag-i-increase since galing siya sa throat, no? And ang kanyang velocity is bumababa since lumalaki yung cross-sectional area, no? So we can have, no, dito rin nag-arrive yung value ng Q, no? Ang Q is uh, or the theoretical discharge is equal to a sub 2 times the square root of 2g times P1 minus P2 times T, or divide the density times the quantity squared of 1 minus A2 over A1. No, in practice, some losses of energy occurs between point 1 and point 2. Therefore, the actual discharge or the QA will be less than the theoretical discharge. No, before, no, in solving the involving pumps, no, meron tayong CD na binibigay. That is the coefficient of discharge. No, now we can solve that. Before kasi, binibigay lang yung value. Now we can solve that. CD is equal to actual discharge over the theoretical discharge. No? Okay. Any question po for the Venturi meter? For the last, we have the measurement of the static stagnation pressure. No, in piezometric tube, measure the static pressure, measure the total pressure and the difference of stagnation and static pressure measured by the piezostatic tube. We have three portion here. No, we have the static pressure, the total pressure, and the static pressure opening. No, based on the figure, you can arrive at the using the Bernoulli equation, you can have the P1 over specific weight plus V1 squared over 2G is equal to P2 over specific weight plus V2 squared over 2G. No, uh, if you will going to use the P sub O, you can have P1 over density times G plus V1 squared over 2G is equal to PO over the density times the G, or the acceleration due to gravity. So you can have V is equal to square root of 2 P sub O minus P sub 1 over density. Okay, may question po ba tayo? No, in this piezometer, no, ano, piezometer, no, ang laging mini-measure lang natin dyan is static pressure. No? And the total pressure and the difference of stagnation pressure. No? Using the reading dito sa piezometric tube, no, and piezo pressure, no, we can have a separate reading from the piezostatic tube. No? Basta need lang natin to have the velocity of the stream, no, which can be calculated assuming in this point 2 sa pi 2 natin is v sub 0, v sub 2 is equal to 0. No? Any question po? Any question? May question po ba kayo? Since we have 2 minutes, screenshot ko lang po yung uh, attendance natin. No need to open your cam. I will just screenshot. Remember that this is just a review, ano, review of your fluid mechanics. Wala pa tayo sa exciting part. No? Hindi pa tayo nakakapag-umpisa sa fluid machinery. No? I'm just reviewing you so may maisagot kayo during examination. No? Kasi yung basic foundation di minsan makuha or hindi nyo ma-apply yung formula with the fluid machinery kasi wala pa tayong background for fluid mechanics. So, okay, any question po before we end the class? Kung wala na, yes po, wala na?
Wala na.
Okay, kung wala na, we can end the class and see you next week for our face-to-face class.
Thank you po,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Sige po, sir.
Thank you po.